This is Carl Lindberg, and my informational speech is on my experience this summer of raising a baby raccoon. Enjoy the slideshow of some of our favorite pictures of Diego. One afternoon early this summer, my siblings and I were sitting in our kitchen talking when we saw a baby raccoon crawl into our yard. We knew a female raccoon had died around our house a couple days earlier, so we guessed that this was her baby. Ben proposed to try feeding it, and of course, as usual, Ruth and I went along with his ideas. He got gloves and put the baby in a cage. But what were we supposed to do with it now? What do raccoons even eat? So I started researching online to look for some help. I found three main things. First, it isn't exactly advised to adopt a wild raccoon. Second, people have, however, done it, and had some pretty cute pictures to show for it. Last, I found a recipe for a mixture to feed the baby. The mixture was warm water, powdered milk, egg yolks, and corn syrup. We fed Diego on this milk from the time we found him, which, judging by some pictures online, we guessed to be about 7 weeks old, to when he was old enough to find his own food outside. This was substituted by whatever fruit, vegetable, bread, fish, and any other scraps we found for him. At first we kept him in a cage whenever we weren't around, to letting him out all day, to eventually just letting him run free all the time. He was so attached to us that he was almost always right by the house, just waiting for someone to come give him some attention. A couple of weeks before Diego showed up, one of our cats had a litter of kittens. Eventually he was practically adopted into the cat family, sleeping, playing, and whenever we would let him, eating with them. I'm not really sure if he thought of himself as a cat, human, or, although I doubt it, an actual raccoon. He became attached to us within just a couple days and would follow us everywhere. He even traveled with us to our grandparents' lake cabin in northern Minnesota, where he rode on our shoulders on bike rides, went along fishing, and even learned to swim. He even seemed to like the long car drive. Sadly, in September, on a rainy, windy night, he fell out of a tree. He had multiple broken bones and presumably internal bleeding because although we tried to help him, he died 2 days later. We miss Diego, but I think it's safe to say that he has been my favorite pet so far.